Mike and I are putting some finishing touches on getting everything ready for winter. We have added our insulation on top right here, and we cover that with a board. And then it'll get the straps. Our straps aren't on there yet, but we'll put the straps around them, and then they'll get a brick on them for winter. We're also going to put a 1-inch sheet of insulation across the front of these, and on the back. And these mouse guards I made right here, I can't finish them. I shouldn't have put them on today yet because Mike has one more treatment to do on them. But they will have an entrance reducer and this mouse guard right here that I made. And obviously, maybe keeping those out too, thank God. Every hive has its numbers. And I had to take the thumbtacks out that I had, the big ones that stick out, because when the insulation goes on here, it needs to be flat like this. So anything sticking out dealt with. But as for today, that is what we're doing to get our hives ready for winter. This insulation on top is 2 inches thick. Like I said, the insulation on the front and the back that we're putting on is 1 inch thick. And we'll get that cut and put on probably in a day or two. But for today, we're doing this part. And in a minute, we'll go over what Mike is doing.
For our top insulation, this is what we do in the winter. We take off the outer covers, take off the lids, doing it a little different this year, try to make it faster and easier. Normally, we took these shims and then we would fill this with sugar, candy board, and then bring it out when it dried. But we have a lot more hives this year, so we're trying to streamline everything. So we're going to try this year on a bunch of the hives. We're just putting newspaper on top, putting in a bunch of sugar, and then putting on this insulation board. This is 2 inches of insulation, so this gives them a R10. And then we put another 2-inch block on top, so they have about R20 on the top. And then we put, like Lori said, we put the 1 inch on the back and the front. That gives them R7 on the front and back, and then they're touching the other hive. So we do have different types of bottoms. So as you can see here, all our screened bottom boards are all to the left, and then all to the right are all our solid bottom boards, because they're about 2 inches lower. That's clearance. We have them lined up so that now when we do this, it'll be even all the way across all of these. It's cool. It's 47 degrees. It's a little bit windy. It's a little on the chilly side to be doing this, but it's not going to get any warmer, I don't think so. Now's the time to get it done. So then we also have 18 hives on pallets that I have here. We're doing these a little bit different. Like I said, I'm trying to make it easier and easier every single year. So all of these hives are getting 2 inches of insulation on the top.
Hang on.
1 sheet all the way across. And then I'm putting 1 inch insulation around each one and then just strapping it on there so it stays nice and tight. That'll keep these hives insulated pretty well for the winter. And with them insulated like this, each one of these hives is only going to consume about 30 pounds of honey over the whole winter, so they'll all be good.
One drawback I'm thinking about with these hives on pallets is we're going to have to be out here shoveling snow quite a bit. We do plan on putting a wind block up on the fence there to keep the snow from drifting over here. But I am thinking that the front of these hives, because they're facing south or they're facing east, they're going to have to be shoveled quite a bit this year for the snow because they're so close to the ground.
Actually, this one over here, I put on some bricks, so that should help. This is our extra box of food that we're putting in hives if they seem a little light. So we're actually going to put some little bricks under here, I think. And then for the winter, in actuality, all we have to do is just keep the snow away from the entrances. If we keep it piled up on the sides and the back, that'll actually be good for the hives. That just gives them that much more insulation from the wind and the cold. So we're going to see how this does this year. Hopefully, this is a lot easier, a lot less labor intensive than doing all that. So hopefully we can move a lot more to these smaller pallets. So get out there and enjoy your bees, guys.